Alright, Shalom Akim. Before I begin, I want to start out by giving infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Makakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, agree Muslim, men who teach and rule well, they will taught this truth, and peace and blessings be unto you, fellow Akim, you brothers, that also push out this word in truth, faith, and in sincerity. And those who want this video to be edifying, I want to bring out certain scriptures on the account on the two greatest commandments, alright, which here Matthew 22 and 36, alright, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. I also have supporting scriptures on the two greatest commandments, because the thing is, those videos isn't too long, but it also has to do in conjunction with the word love, all right, and the different meanings behind it. But nevertheless, let me just bring it out. This is Matthew 22 and 16. Verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh Shai said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Alright, just like I have it highlighted, that word neighbor there is of course speaking upon who? The Israelite man. Alright, and again, in this time, in this specific time in 2024, alright, the hopeful year, alright, the Jacob's trouble comes to pass, alright. In this time, even, alright, in this specific time, of course, it's only talking about really with the true men of the Lord in mind. Alright? And like we read in verse 40, it says, On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Alright? Meaning what? Essentially, these two great commandments, not only does it stand, but it speaks so much volume because it essentially provokes a man to fulfill the literal essence of not only loving your brother, alright, but the action that comes behind it. That action, the specific action, is to what? To keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Alright, to the best of our abilities, of course. Alright, now, actually, I'll go into the word here for love. I wasn't planning on it, but, nevertheless, yep, love here. The word for love here is, I think that's pronounced agapo. I would play the audio, but, Akim should be able to see it on screen. And it says, a person, so love of persons, to welcome, to entertain, to be fond of, or to love dearly, to be well pleased, to be content with, to be content at or with a thing. All right. Yeah. So in a sense, it's a beloved feeling. All right. Kind of how with even with the city, when you look at it, the city of Philadelphia. For brothers, look up that word. It goes back to the Greek word, another Greek word for love. All right. For example, philo, like philosophy, which is what the love of wisdom. We have it to where Philadelphia is a love, or in this case, a brotherly love, as to what it roughly translates to. All right, but nevertheless, these two commandments. All right, not to go too much off topic. These two commandments hang on the law and the prophets. All right. So of course, what the first commandment being, it's what it's essentially Proverbs 3 and 5. Right? To trust or to believe in the Lord Yahweh Shai with all thy mind, body, and soul. All right, and all that mind. Let me jump on over to 1 John. 1 John 4:19. All right, the L word, love. All right, it's here as well. And the thing is, this is not only is it an important commandment as our Lord Yahweh Shai deemed it as the two greatest commandments, but in a literal sense, logically speaking, it indeed is the true greatest commandment to love thy neighbor as thyself, to love thy brother as thyself. Not only is it going into, of course, just treating him with the same modicum of respect, all right, or to be more. It's more than just being kind-hearted. But it's also what, as it is written, King David himself said that what, let the righteous smite me. You know, it shall be a kindness, meaning let him be corrected, let him receive the chastisement, the endearment, and the chastisement that he ought to receive from a fellow man of the Lord. All right, I'm gonna break that down on Artazah. This is 1 John 4, and I have it written down. 1 John 4, and yeah, we'll get to the point. Verse 19, it says, "We love him because he first loved us. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love the Most High, who he hath not seen? All right, this goes, of course, into the commandment of not only charity, but also what compassion. The same way how the Lord had compassion on Israel, and like we read in John 3:16, right, the true meaning behind it is how the Lord was full of that compassion to where he sent what the foretold mediator, all right, for us to reach back unto the Father through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now, the love here, it should actually, well, I wouldn't know because there's many different words for love, but the word for love here, right, it's actually the same thing, all right, socially, in a moral sense, love, all right, same way how a father would love his son, all right, and vice versa, the same love that a mother has for her children, a brother may have for his actual blood brethren, all right, familial, right? So again, the same love here is also what it's an action word, all right. It's and again, it's more than just a hug and a kiss. But I've probably heard that phrase before, all right, and it's indeed true, all right. And the important part about this is the fact that the reason why Lord Yahweh Shai would actually say that those indeed are the two greatest commandments is because in doing so and showing love toward another fellow Israelite man, you are legitimately fulfilling the laws, statutes, and commandments that are actually written in the, as the world calls it, in the book of Moses. All right, the books of Moses. Really, it's just the first 5 books. All right, and the reason why is what? Excuse me. We, us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, have been given laws, statutes, and commandments. Right, laws to where even the scriptures will say that what we pretty much have the law of life. All right, the down to the simple law of just not wearing mixed fabrics, to keeping the law, to keeping the Sabbath day holy. You see these laws, because you have to remember one thing, that what the wages or the price or the recompense that comes from breaking, right, to going far from that boundary, that line that is drawn, which is the laws. All right, we understand that what the wages of sin is death, and us being Israelite men, all right, loving our brother includes what? Not allowing your fellow man to fall into that trap, or to suffer those wages of death. All right. So in doing so, we avoid letting our brother fall in that case. And it's funny because in this world, you see how the greatest commandment is consistently being broken. You see it in movies. You see it in the music. Hell, even down to certain books and different works that are written therein. Right? You have it to where even amongst Israel, all right, you have it to where these other Israelite groups that know and that teach out of the scriptures, out of one West, all right, that know that they're Israelites and that somewhat teach the scriptures, and not in its 100% content, right? They don't show the true love that they're supposed to show towards our own people, all right. For one, they shy away at certain truths. They put their emotions in the air, not knowing the scriptures, right? These things happen because, well, first off, they break those two greatest commandments. Because for one, although they may trust the Lord, right, and really their faith, whether or not it's being questioned or not, they do have faith. But what? They don't show the same love as they're supposed to. All right, the same love that they would even show their own selves. Because you got to remember, we're in the business of saving souls, saving our own, right? And as the scriptures talk about, we're essentially washing, right? We're rinsing the blood off of our own hands. And that goes simultaneously when we teach and when we speak to the rest of Israel, man. All right? Now, uh, these guys, I'm going to hop on over to Ephesians. Ah, ooh, I'm going to drop my phone there. This will actually be the point. This is it's fairly simple. And it's funny because when you read scriptures like these, it's important that you can't just take things for face value. All right. Whenever you see the word love, or when Yahushai or said something or certain the other of these different parables, we have to understand one thing is that although yes, the laws may not save you, and which is true, because we're not going to be justified, nor are we going to be saved by the acts from fulfilling the law on its own. But nevertheless, we show the love regardless that we have towards our brother. All right, because what we understand that even the passing of knowledge is love. It's right here. This is Ephesians. Jump the gun. This is Ephesians 3:19. And to know the love of Yahweh Shai, the anointed, which passeth knowledge, that ye might be filled with all the fullness of the Most High. All right, and you gotta really think about that. The fullness of the Most High is to pretty much have the 100% truth. All right, wholeness. Right, it's a keeping, an abundance. All right, and essentially the fullness of the Most High, and that's pretty much all the things that we need. Those pretty much are all the things. To put it simply, the fact that we're able to save a brother from doing something simple as perhaps letting a brother know that, well, through the power of discernment, we're not supposed to be doing such acts. Maybe your brother is tempted to follow the multitude to do evil. Here it is. We're in Babylon. Brothers get tempted. All right, tempted to do something that's particularly unwise, but nevertheless their flesh wants to. But here it is. Your brother that's in the truth, and guess what? You know the brother, and here it is. You can show that love by what? Essentially, of course, it could be through rebuke, but it could also come through what? Through warnings. You see? All right, and what we show that brother did that exact same love and affection. All right, by what? Reverting him away from those wages, reverting him away from what? Danger. All right, and although the world may not look at it as it being calmly, because it's not coming through a love or a kiss, nevertheless, love is being shown, and that's what Yahweh Shah was pretty much saying at that in that account. And it's funny because even in that account, you pretty much had those Pharisees when you read up in um, Matthew 22. They're pretty much just trying to tempt him, giving him what looked on to be as contradicting questions that one might find difficult to answer, but reality, Yahweh Shai already knew the answer, you know, for a man that knows all things. But nevertheless, that's pretty much the point. All right, and knowing and fulfilling and actually showing a brother love, you already should have and know the knowledge of all the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, of course, not all of them, as it is written. Here it is. We are rehearsing the righteous acts. All right? We are practicing the things that we will do in perfection in what the kingdom to come. All right, and even in that time, we're just going to be completely showered in love and affection by our fellow peers, by our fellow Akim. All right. So those one, this video was edifying. I just wanted to touch on those two, again, those two great commandments. All right, and also playing in the part that the love that you have for a fellow brother is pretty much just that. As Yahweh was preaching, you were completing all the commandments and doing those things. All right. So those one. This video was edifying. We'll close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. I agree most on them to teach and rule well. And peace and blessings be unto you, full of Akim, your brothers, that us push out this word in truth, sincerity, and in faith. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.